Virtual reality. Stick it in your brain hole and have pajama parties with Lawrence Fishburne. Getting there has been a long and rocky road. Really rocky, unforgivably fucking rocky. Mulder, please, you're hurting me. But with the commercial release of the Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive, it looks like we've finally reached an acceptable level of Scully, please no Mulder, why? AMIGDALA is among the first real wave of Steam VR titles to wander onto the marketplace since the headset's release countdown began earlier this year, but it's also handily playable without the necessity of a CIA mind control helmet, a VR device searing your optic nerves into smoking black kibble. You take the sad and lonely role of Gurman Driven, a conspiracy nut whose tin hat collection has replaced his wife and kids, who have long since fled into the arms of a man less likely to shoot them dead in the night for being lizard people. Gurman is obsessed in particular with the Philadelphia experiment, a particularly gruesome real-life allegation against the United States Navy, purporting that in their attempts to turn their destroyer escort the USS Eldridge invisible in 1943, they somehow managed to send half their crew insane and teleported the other half into various walls, girders, and generally anything else that would find itself shocked to suddenly have a screaming sailor javelin through the middle of it. But lo, you're not utterly rainbow-coloured albatross balls crazy. You obtain the coordinates to a secret facility tied to this disturbing operation from a police station in Philadelphia, because of course that's where they'd keep it, and spend your life savings on a trip to Greenland to get you and the American people some goddamned answers. What else are you making invisible, Mr. President? When I head me down to Piggly Wiggly's and y'all saying y'all out of Captain Crunch and y'all got yourselves an invisible shelf of Captain Crunch and all the shit I like, but y'all only letting the Democrats and the brown folk get at it. I don't know, man. It pisses me the fuck off when the captain signed the Declaration of Indy 500 with George Washington Machine. He didn't say nothing about no man can't buy a cereal just cause he been drinking a little and lost the dungarees in a poker game, man. AMIGDALA offers you some lovely looking environments, but doesn't move an inch outside of the slow-paced exploratory survival horror template we've come to know and begrudgingly tolerate on Steam. You creep through corridors, read documents, collect keys, dodge unkillable enemies, and fight a never-ending battle with keeping your light sources topped up. Your flashlight is by far the superior option, but you also have a lighter as a fallback. Careful where you use it though, because there are a lot of areas in the game where it'll get you blown the fuck up thanks to random gas leaks. How do you know where they are? When entire sections of the building detonate and kill you instantly, of course. You big silly. It's not a massive problem, seeing as how there are plenty of save points dotted around and a solid amount of batteries to keep the flashlight going. But what does quickly become an issue is your walking speed. Now, looking at it here, you'd be hard pressed to call it a crawl exactly, but when you combine it with the sheer amount of backtracking you're forced into in AMIGDALA, be it through standard puzzles or ceiling murder, and you're poodling along like a pensioner trying to find his bloody turning lane, moving from one corridor to the next starts to feel like a self-catering hiking holiday to Mordor. Even while being ambushed by one of the game's skinless test subjects, you can only wander away at a pace somewhere between injured cow and impassively browsing a jumble sale. To be fair though, they're a temperamental bunch. You're never quite sure how they're going to react to you. Some of them give you keys and are up for a chat. Some of them just want you dead. Some of them might look like they want to kill you, but take a step back there, Private. All this soldier sees is a love as pure as the uranium concentrate pumping through their veins.
Love hurts. Love scars.
Despite AMIGDALA's sluggish pace and botchy translation, the game does manage to rustle up enough atmosphere to be worth a try for fans of the genre. Thankfully the puzzles are fairly straightforward, so although there'll be times you'll be begging for some kind of crack cocaine power up to break anything quicker than a dawdle, you are at least never stuck wondering where you need to head next. It just about crawls over the line for me, An act I'm sure that will please our protagonist Gurman, who, and I really can't say it enough, moves with the urgency of Neptune's fucking orbital path.